These are some ways that you can train different kinds of vines up your trellis. So these are some sugar pie pumpkins that I'm growing up a trellis that I have in my backyard. As you can see, it's a cattle panel trellis that I put in between my rows, and I've got some sugar pie pumpkins that I have started training up the trellis. So I use a couple different things. This is just a zip tie. These work actually really good to get your different vines, put up the trellis. But I use a couple other things too. So these are a couple of the things I use. I have the tape that I use. That actually works really good because you can get really long pieces of it. I've got the really small little zip ties. Those actually work really well, like so. And then I've got the plant stakes, and those also work well. These are a little harder to put on, so I really like the zip ties. They're really my favorite. When the fruit starts getting bigger, I actually take the little knee-high nylons from the Dollar Tree, and they put those around the fruit when they're smaller. I tie them to these vines, or to these trellis right here, and they're so strong, they will hold your fruit and keep them from falling. Now, they probably won't work on a huge pumpkin or something like that, but they work really good on the smaller fruits like butternut squash, spaghetti squash. These sugar pie pumpkins, they work really good. Now, some of these vines, you can actually take the vines and just put them right in between the trellis, and it works out great because many of these have these little spindle things. They kind of wrap around the vines. Here's a really good example of one. Look at that. That thing isn't going anywhere. But I try to just keep an eye on these every day. This time of the year, or this time in the garden, these things grow really fast and they can get out of control really fast. Here's some more. It's a little fake snake. But I try to get these, there's a little fruit. I try to get these going up the trellis as early as I can. And there's my dahlias in the background. Aren't those beautiful? I just love dahlias. Those are the cactus dahlias from Baker Creek. These are just some tomatillos. I've used a couple of little trellises. I've got some acorn squash going up this trellis here. So I have 4 or 5 places in my garden that I really have tried to use a lot more trellises. So if you can get in the habit of trying to find different things that you have in your garden that you can use to train things up vertically, you're going to be able to get a lot more fruit and vegetables out of your harvest. Thank you for joining me. Have a great day.